What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and before we get into this video, I just wanted to ask you to please subscribe if you have not already. I put out new Storybook Brawl videos every day at 9:30 p.m. EST, so if you like what you see and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I am also a pretty small channel, so I do pay a lot of attention to the comments and the likes, so if you want to give me some additional feedback there, I will know what you guys like to see. Enjoy the video. This is game number 10 from the Storybook Brawl Questing League Qualifier, and the last game was a win, if you haven't already checked that video out yet, but just kind of setting the stage here. We just won our previous game, and that puts us in a really good spot to finish out this tournament. Unfortunately, we did have to take Snow Angel as our hero. There was no other good options, and then we are kind of taunted here with a sugar and spice, but there are no good units in this shop. So I think I'm just going to take the Fanny and lock the Crafty. It at least gives us a 3-3 on the second turn, despite not being good. It's at least powerful for the current board. But to set the scene, we're doing really well in this tournament, and this win in the previous round means that we are now locked to at least qualify for the league portion of the event. There we go. There's some good units. Not great units, but good units nonetheless. I'm not sure if I'll actually lock for them, though, because they're not really strong. I'd have to pick up a princess to flip over the lonely prince, and like, I'm fine if we just keep going and get some more dwarves. So to explain, I did just win a game with dwarves in the previous game, but basically what the stakes are for this game, if I get a top 4 finish, then I will be in the top 16 for the overall tournament. And if I get a bottom 4 finish, then I will still be in the top 32. So those are the stakes. I'm just really trying to get 4th. I get a little bit punished with this shop, as we see that I do not get a single good unit or any dwarves here. But we will be able to, like, I can pick up the Mad Mim, or I think I'll just, like, take the 5-1. It's awkward because the 5-1 doesn't really need the Mad Mim supporting it. I guess I'm going to go for, I'm going to go for Wizard's Familiar and then sell Wizard's Familiar, so that way I can lock the Mad Mim if that is what I want to do. And I think I will lock the Mad Mim here. Yeah, because it only costs 1. So I was just cycling through the Wizard's Familiar just to get it out of the shop, so that way I could lock the rest of it. Pretty awkward combat here. We are going to lose because of my opponent's creeper in the back, unfortunately. And then, yet again, we see a shop with no good units, but we do at least have a dwarf this time. But what I was getting at is that all I really need to do this game is get 4th. So if I can just play best board as much as possible, I probably do want this Queen of Hearts, but it's really tricky because you take the Queen of Hearts and then it's like, well, am I supposed to pick up evil units or am I supposed to pick up good units? It would definitely be at odds with your hero power, and I'd basically be playing without a hero power. I am pretty sure that I want this Crafty. It is awkward we didn't get a second 2-cost unit to take alongside the Mad Mim, but that's we'll make do with what we have at this point. So going to lock, I suppose, for the XP spell. I'm not really sure, and it's been a little bit now since I actually played this game, but I do know my mindset going in was just get 4th. That will lock me into a top 16 spot. I'm not really sure if I can still make the top 8, or if I think that I should get top 8, because I think the competition in the top 8 would be pretty tough. But yeah, that's just how it is. So going to try to get 4th, get a top 16. I think that that is like comparable to my skill level there. And then here I'm just going to pick up the Mad Mim and roll. I guess roll for more dwarves. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, but you know what? A Princess White does work well with the Queen of Hearts. And then there is a crafty here as well. So we can buy the Princess White. It's already pretty big because we've purchased some dwarves. And then we can take the crafty and we'll wind up playing down a unit if we buy that now. So I am just going to cast a spell on the Princess White and then lock this crafty in the shop, and that'll grab us a 2-cost treasure and put us in a decent position. But still, just not picking up any good units. We're playing Snow Angel here, and then we're just playing dwarves and evil units. Haven't purchased a single good unit yet. So definitely an interesting way to play Snow Angel, but that's just kind of how the cards fell with the Fanny early on, plus the crafty. And there were definitely ways to like try to pivot into some good things with the Lonely Prince there, but we're just taking the things that are going to make our board the strongest every turn as much as we can. So here we will take the crafty, and then our treasure options for this, I'm not sure. Okay, Ring of Regeneration early on as a first treasure I think is pretty powerful. Shepherd's Sling is also fine, but I think this is a pretty easy Ring of Regen here. And then what am I picking up? Am I picking up the Evil Witch here to backline? I can't. Yeah, there would be really no place to put it. I'm not going to put it in over the Mad Mim. All right, here's an opportunity to actually take a good unit here. Brave Princess isn't the best at this stage in the game, but we do have a Mad Mim, and then we can pump it up with the spell as well, and that spell will also pump our crafty. So at this point, we've got a decently powerful board. At the very least, everything in our front line is strong, and then the Queen of Hearts is also pretty strong at this point in the game too. So I'm not really locked in any particular direction. I also don't think that the Brave Princess has super high odds of completing its treasure, but we'll see how the lobby progresses. Maybe I could pick up a Sporko or upgrade the Mad Mims or something, and yeah, it's definitely possible that we are able to make everything work. Let's see. That's not going to be our first sleigh, and a copycat with a Grim Soul and a Friendly Spirit is going to be a brutal battlefield against us. Let's see. We actually tie. Oh, no, because the pig gets buffed by the Friendly Spirit, so we just barely lose this one and take 5. Unfortunately, from Skip. Yeah, I'm not sure if there was really a way around that. But maybe there was. Maybe there was a way to tie. It's really unfortunate that the Brave Princess didn't get that trigger there, so let's just go ahead and turn it into an evil unit. We're playing an all-evil comp anyways, so that turns into a Creeper. And then we have the chance to pick up another Queen of Hearts, which isn't really the best at this stage in the game because we don't really want good units, and then also we're just like tripling 3-cost units now rather than taking just like Friendly Spirit. And like if we were to just get Friendly Spirit Rootworm or something, maybe that would just be better here. So yeah, kind of an interesting position. Now I have to decide if I want to even play this crafty, and if I want to buy more dwarves to grow my Princess White. So there's reasons to buy good units, reasons to buy evil units, and then also reasons to buy neutral dwarves. So definitely a little bit all over the place here, but I'm just trying to play the strongest board as much as I can wherever I can, and hopefully we can find a way to get back into this game by making something happen like that. So let's see, how big do our Queen of Hearts get? Not that big, not big enough that we are going to lose yet another combat here and drop down to 15. We will be able to pick up some treasures here, which will make the crafty a little bit bigger. So I will upgrade the Fanny, and now I can just grab, well, honestly, these treasures aren't that great. I probably should have just picked a treasure just to grow the crafty, but yeah, there wasn't really any great treasures, and I just figured the gold would be better for us. And now, looking at my TLK targets, there's nothing great, but one thing that I do have is these animals with the Queen of Hearts. That could go pretty well for us, and we could do something like buy the hippocampus as well so that all of these animals are growing. I'm going to not do that though and actually just roll. Wow, okay, that's pretty interesting. I can mix-a-wazzle my I can mix-a-wazzle my crafty and it turns into an angry. So that's pretty interesting if I can find any more dwarves for this turn. But yeah, I do kind of just feel like we are all over the place, not really finding anything that's too good. Looks like I'm going to sell 3 units real quick and grab a chupacabra. Okay, that's kind of interesting. And then I've got Angry and Fanny going on one side of the screen, and then Chupacabra pumping up these Queen of Hearts. We're going to lose a few minions there early on in a way that is really not good for us. But maybe we can do something with the Angry. Not really. Not really. Oh, and then my opponent's got a Cat's Call as well. So those are going to be some huge cats that are definitely going to destroy us there. And we're going to take 6 more damage. So we are down to 10, and we've really got to kick things up. The Ring of Regeneration is definitely doing its part to keep us in this. I'm not sure why I brought Crafty back to the front here rather than the Chupacabra, but I guess I was considering just purchasing some more dwarves here, and that was part of my idea. And now you can see like the Queen of Hearts can't do anything because I just can't play enough bad units, or evil units. But maybe, and then I can upgrade the Queen of Hearts. I guess I'll take it, potentially get like a Dwarven Forge or something like that. And we get Ancient Sarcophagus, and now we're dragged back into the evil realm here. If I skip, then I'm not pumping up my Crafty, so I think I do have to take the Ancient Sarcophagus just to give Crafty +6/+6, but it doesn't look that great for us here. The Queen of Hearts only has 2 other units really to pump up. I could sell Chupacabra and Medusa to buy this tiny, but then the Queen of Hearts and Sarcophagus really don't have anything, so I probably do want to keep in some amount of evil units. I don't know, it's tough, and I think that this game honestly was not the best, and I felt really trapped between looking for evil and looking for good and looking for dwarves. And I remember feeling, I won't say frustrated, but just confused the whole time in terms of what direction I should try to be pushing in here with this one. But we'll see how far the dwarves can take. It doesn't look like it's going to be too far. We're going to take 7. We're going to take 10 this fight. Oh no, we're going to take 7 because we are able to deal with the happy little tree right before the battle is over. So we're going to take 7. We're going to drop down to 5, but now we can pick up another bossy. We can pick up a tiny, maybe get a dwarves get +2/+2. Not quite, but we can get a treasure map. Maybe that could be something pretty good. Buy the chicken and roll, I suppose. I do like the worm root on the Medusa, but I'm also really feeling like I just need to find some units, and I just need to potentially do something with this treasure map maybe, and just make my board is better. I found an angry. We can see what was going on here, and then I think I'm debating selling one of these 2 units, just to buy this fireball here. And I do think that Medusa is a fine way to go. There is some strength of hanging on to some 2-cost dwarves once you have found an angry, because then you can potentially pick up the Ring of Meteors. But yeah, we're not looking super great here. This Ring of Regeneration has probably saved us and gotten us to this point, but We're going to need some more cards here if we want to go even farther. And my opponent has a Princess White 2, so this is not looking too great, but their copycat doesn't do anything. And we do actually get a really clutch trigger right there. And looks like we will be able to tie with my opponent. And that is going to allow us to survive to the next combat. But nobody else died. Oh, yes, I remember this. Okay, this is the one part of the game I do remember. I take the arc here with the treasure mapped doubly, and then I have to look over the arc, and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, I need a level 6 unit. I'm only level 5 right now. So I've got to... Well, that's pretty tempting, isn't it? I could pick up one of these tigers and then lock the shop. And I am against the ghost, but I really need to find some XP because I really need to find a 6-cost unit. I am going to go ahead and take Angry here. I think that that is pretty good. And then what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to think about this, but if I lock the shop, if I buy the XP next turn, then I'll have 2 rolls to hit a 6-cost unit. And if I find one, then I can put those in. And I already have a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. So I can sell off either one of my 2s or either one of my 5s or either one of my 3s. And then everything on my board is going to get the arc bonus. So that is my plan here, and that's why I still wanted to show off this game, because I did think that this was a pretty sweet game all in all. There were definitely some parts where I stumble, but the fact that we grabbed the arc on level 5, which is just this really weird thing to do, but still managed to find a way to pull this one out, I think is a lot of fun. So there we go, taking down the Horde Dragon, and then I'm going to buy this XP and roll for a 6-drop, and what do you know, the 6-drop that I find is none other than Lordy. So now I can throw the Lordy in, and everything is getting plus 12, which means that my doubly is getting plus 24, and now I just have to think about what units do I want to play. Do I want to play this Princess White, or do I want to play these Angries? I'm going to go ahead and bench the Crafty. I do think that the Crafty is our best option to bench here. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty strong. I think that that was a pretty huge power spike. And I feel like I should be able to make it into the top 4 with this layout here. So still gaining some health every turn with the Ring of Regeneration. Hopefully that can help me as well, but we shall see. And yeah, just, I mean, not much more to say. I already kind of planned out what needed to happen for this turn, and I think I'd probably take any 6-drop there, but the fact that this was the 6-drop that we found is just absolutely hilarious and is definitely going to bring a lot more power to the board. So next we're just going to be looking for Angries, more Lordies potentially too, but we'll see what we are able to make happen. And it looks like we're considerably stronger than our opponent here with these Angries getting to trigger and just really pump up these doublies. I don't even think my opponent is going to get past my front line here, and we might even get a kill on this Celestial Tiger. Honestly, things look pretty good. Yeah, we're just continually getting angry triggers here. This is pretty awesome. We take out the Queen of Hearts, and then we take out the Rotten Applewood and hit my opponent for 18. So there we go, and that is going to at least knock out one player from the lobby. Let's see where that puts us. Okay, so worst case scenario, we're 6th. We immediately get an Angry. Now we can take out the Sarcophagus, and we can either Monkey's Paw, or we can Tree of Life, or we could Horn of Olympus. We do have this Fanny, but we don't really need to use the Fanny because we do have, like, it doesn't provide that much additional stats to the board. but I do think that Tree of Life is pretty good with dwarves. You get a huge doubly pretty commonly, and then some other things are able to just do well for you there too. So we'll throw the crafty back in for now, and then we will roll and see if there's any other dwarves that we can pick up. The greedy isn't terrible, but I don't think I love it here. I think we can do a little bit better than that. So I am just going to roll down for a moment, and we do get a little bit of shop lag, unfortunately. So yeah, it looks like we're not going to be able to see this shop to the end. Accidentally open up the emote screen there. So I don't know, we didn't get to see everything that the shop had to offer. Okay, and here we are. And it's showing that I'm playing against the Tiger again, but I'm definitely playing up against Sharon, and we are playing up against dwarves, and it looks like we are considerably more powerful than them, which makes a lot of sense because, yeah. So we are able to take out another player from this lobby. We killed the Celestial Tiger, and I'm feeling super powerful. I don't think that really anything can stop me at this point. And honestly, we might have found the avenue towards another victory. We're just dealing so much damage to our opponents right now that, yeah, things are just going pretty incredibly. Guess I put the crafty in the back line. I'm not sure why I do that. Oh, I do that because this way, maybe the Lordy can die earlier, and that will trigger the Tree of Life, which will allow me to stay alive longer. Then I grab another doubly, so that's still fine, and I can even play one more like double up of the same level here because I've got 3 different 3s. But this is all you can do, right? You can play, I don't really think a life gain is that useful for us. I mean, it could help, but hero powers deal 6 now. That's a good lock, though. Lock for the Lordy. That's pretty sweet. I'm feeling pretty good right now with the fact that I just eliminated 2 other players from this lobby, and I'm thinking maybe I could actually get 2nd place. Everybody is pretty low at this point. But unfortunately, then I see YSSL, and YSSL is going to be the eventual winner of this lobby. And I think that this is kind of unfortunate because I would have beaten anybody else in this lobby had I played them. I just had to go up against the eventual winner before anybody else did. So this is just an awkward playing out of events here, and it's a little bit of an unfortunate way to end what was a really sweet turnaround game, because I do actually think this game was a 2nd place game, because it's really just a matter of luck. I beat and eliminated my last 2 opponents. Anybody else that I played, like every round that I play probably gets me 2 positions higher, right? Because if I play against anybody other than YSSL this round, I eliminate somebody, and then YSSL eliminates somebody, and then I'm 3rd. And then maybe the next round I have to play against YSSL, and the Ghost is able to squeeze by. But this game really, at the end, just came down to how long I could avoid them in the lobbies, because they were just way too strong. Dwarves is not going to beat a Shoulder Fairies Echowood comp, and it does really, really feel like I could have gotten 2nd place in this. But unfortunately, I get 5th, which is huge because it means that it also knocks me out of the top 16, and it means that I wound up getting 17th place in this tournament. However, I was able to eventually get into 16th place as one of the players above me dropped from not wanting to commit to the league structure that we were playing for. So I did wind up top 16ing this tournament even still, despite losing this game here and getting 5th place. But I think it's fair because this game really should have been a 2nd place. I was really, really powerful once I got that arc, and I was about to knighthood my Lordy. So who knows? I mean, maybe maybe I am able to deal with whatever YSSL is going on once I knighthood my lordy. I don't quite think it's enough stats yet, but it does put the doublies up to like 100s, maybe like 110s, somewhere in there. So maybe, I don't know, 2 doublies can trade with an Echo Wood, and then I gain 1 more health off my Ring of Regeneration. Who's to say? Maybe that gets me 1 more turn in it, and then me or YSSL can take out the second place person, and I at least get second. Or take out the third remaining player is what I mean to say. So I do think if I just had 1 more battle in this lobby, I would have been able to, at the very least, get second place, which would have potentially even put me in the top 8 of the tournament or something like that. But that is Storybook Brawl for you. And I do think that that is an interesting point as far as like evaluating your games. There's so much luck in Storybook Brawl that is obvious, right? There is what shows up in your shop, there's what treasures you're offered, there's what heroes you're offered at the start of the game, and then some of the most obvious luck is the combat luck as well. Is like, do you win that 50-50? You're like, oh, if they only attacked that unit instead of attacking that unit, then I win this fight instead of losing it. And there can be some huge swingy moments like that in the combat that are a lot of fun. But I think that one thing that is often very overlooked is just the luck of the draw in terms of who you are brawling, the luck of the brawl, and who you have to play against obviously is going to impact how your life total changes throughout the course of the brawl in a lot of very dynamic ways, and can certainly be the difference of, oh, I just, in this game, had to play against the lobby leader. I lost. I had to play against this guy, they cracked my eggs, or I couldn't slay against this person. Or, on the other side of that, I did get to slay against this person. I played against a Geppetto with exploding mittens, and I had a greedy, and was then able to get 20 gold for the next turn. Lots of silly stuff like that that definitely impact a lot of luck, and I think is definitely something interesting to think about in terms of just how you evaluate your games, because this was a 5th place game. It was a loss, but one of the factors of my loss were partially out of my control, and I think that I can excuse myself from that and still say that I did an okay job with the tools that I had at my disposal. It was a little bit weird to play these evil dwarves with the Snow Angel, but I do think that's a part of just trying to play the strongest thing at every level, and I think I did a good job at that, and unfortunately the luck just wasn't on my side at the end. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Coming up tomorrow, I think I'm going to upload some kind of silly content for Thanksgiving. I'm going to upload an old sleigh video with just a powerful sleigh comp with Harvest Moon and Grim Soul that has been removed from the game, and we can give thanks that that comp is no longer with us. And then on Friday, I will be uploading the game that got me to Mythic this season in November for some updated content. And that video is really, really cool. I figured I'd upload just kind of a throwaway video on Thanksgiving, but my Friday video... Oh, do I need a Black Friday video, though? Maybe I need to think about content related to Black Friday and have some kind of theme. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. But Friday or Saturday, one of those 2 days is going to be the game that I got Mythic with Embiggening Stone, which is a really sweet video, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see that. I'm not sure how many people are even listening at this point. If you are, put something in the comments that lets me know you're listening. I don't know, what could we say? Porky Pig. Put Porky Pig in the comments if you are still listening at this point, and let me know if you like just my inane ramblings at the end of the video. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.